Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we are back for Serial Experiments Lain episode 5. So, last time we had kind of the real world blending a bit with the wired or just the internet, the digital space. They did mention last episode that the wired is a game, which makes me think I was thinking the wired was like their term for the internet kind of thing, or like it was like a big gathering place kind of thing in the internet. Um, but now they're saying it's a game, which means, obviously I think there's like a lot of other stuff other than the wired. Like I even think that game, like Phantoma that they were playing, is separate from the wired kind of thing. But they had a game that somehow got like a tag game for kids combined with like a first person dungeon shooter game, and and then we had like people mixing up reality from the game and everything. It was some wild stuff. I still don't know if I fully understand what was happening, but towards the end of the episode, we had Lain seemingly be able to blow up the technology that those guys that were watching her had on their face. So it seems like she's gaining some kind of power over the internet itself, and I'm really curious to see where we go from here. And her personality is slowly like changing. Like she was way more mellow and kind of emotionless at the start of the show, and now it feels like she's showing more emotion. She's smiling more. She's being more aggressive rather than being very passive about everything. So I'm really curious, and I don't know how many answers I'm gonna get, but I'm looking forward to seeing as many as I can find out. So let's get started here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Alright. Right into the opening again. Yep. I don't understand. Don't whisper in my ear, please. I really like this opening song. Really curious, because, like, at the start of the show, I did not expect. I thought Lain was going to be kind of like our eyes into some weird stuff that's happening. I didn't think the weird stuff was going to be, like, coming from her, if that makes sense. Like, I didn't think she'd have, like, these, whatever it is she did last episode, kind of abilities. Assuming it is her, I mean, I guess it could be that her Navi is the one that did it, and it just knew that she wanted it to, kind of thing, but either way, that's still kind of her. And that might be what that psych chip did, is kind of like link her mind with the Navi a bit. Distortion. Layer 05. Hmm. Getting some philosophy in here. Sounds like someone who moved into the wired. No shit. I didn't realize it was speaking to someone. What? Huh? Just doesn't say a word and leaves. Lain's still on the road talking to God. Okay, well. She don't care very much, does she? I hate this. She's talking to a doll. Ugh. Lain, why you gotta be creepy? Oh shit. Don't talk back. Don't do this to me. Is this showing that she's like always heard voices from the wired or something? Or is this present time? I almost thought she looked a little younger, but... So I was thinking this was in the past. Oh. That's why the car accident happened. I'm gonna go back and read that after... Not right now, don't worry. We're not gonna unsync. But, after this episode is over. Write this down to remind myself. What was given to her? Are they just tissues? Or is it something else? I've heard of people handing out tissues in Japan as, like, marketing kind of thing. They have, like, the logo. What? Didn't even give him the time of day. To be fair, you bumped into him. Well, good thing you got tissues. Oh, shit. That's fucked up. Is it Lain? Oh shit, what does her sister do? What is wrong with this family? She just walks away from that? Oh shit. What does it mean? Ugh. Oh no, what is she talking to this time? Shit's crazy, guys. I'm legit questioning everything, even the things we're seeing, like, I don't know. My mind is blown. What does she hack? Did they all see her on that screen? Somehow Lane's personality, like, already in the Wired. Hmm. Interesting. Fulfill the prophecy. Look at that technology. Is that a religious group? Or one they've compared to the likes of a religion, I should say. Hmm. So what are they in it for? To evolve? To something greater? What? That blew my mind. She's like floating too. It's creepy. Oh, and she's fading. Well, I wonder if her sitting in her room like that, talking to like different dolls and masks and stuff, is like kind of a symbolism of the conversations she has like in her head. Like the people talking to her from the Wired to her. I don't know. Such a weird-ass family, man. Milk. Oh, shit. Why is she here? What happened? Is that a big-ass symbol of some kind? I don't know what that was. Well, I'm clueless. What is going on, man? At the dinner table, and then in the middle of the road, and then now at this restaurant. You made a mess. Is it spelling something? Fulfill the prophecy. What the hell, man? Is reality really like a... Shit. It felt like they were using it as like a metaphor, saying that reality is like a hologram of the Wired. But like, is it potentially really something like that? And that's why... And like, there's some people that are seeing it's almost like the Matrix, where some people are seeing the mistakes and the flaws and stuff. Man. This is also one of the first times that I felt continuity between the jump cuts. Like, some of the earlier episodes, it felt like we were jump cutting to Lain, but she wasn't acknowledging it. But now it feels like, you know, she's actually aware of all these different jump cuts. I hate this, man. Oh, shit! Fulfill the prophecy. The heck, man. So the dad. Oh shit. Hmm. Yeah, I was thinking about that ever since the God comment. Shit. Hmm. Goddamn. Some crazy shit, man. I don't even know what to make of, like, half the shit we're seeing. But it's, like, it's fascinating, honestly. Like, it's so crazy that I'm okay with how crazy it is. Wait, is that her? Is she seeing herself? The fuck? Why isn't that one reacting like she is to seeing herself? It's almost like she shifted into like a... Oh, does she not see her then? Terrifying. Terrifying. I have no idea. Could Lain see it? Lain's... Oh, shit. Kind of. Can she make out that it's her sister? And it's gone. What the fuck? Shit. Shit. God damn it. Alright. God damn, guys, like, this episode was fascinating because almost the whole episode, like, besides random shots of, like, the school and stuff like that, and, like, being on the streets, but, like, so much of this episode just took place with, like, Lain in a room talking to some kind of entity, or, you know, the sister tripping out, but, like, it felt like there was only really those two things this episode, but it was so interesting. Because, like, it feels like they're giving us the pieces to a puzzle, and it feels like we're slowly filling in those pieces, and we're slowly getting a clearer picture. But I also feel like that puzzle, at this moment, could be, like, 50 different puzzles, right? Like, it could be anything. It's crazy. Like, so... we have the idea of Lain talking to God, or an entity that calls itself God, is what I wanted to talk about. Kind of like what the dad said. It seems like it could be like, we had this idea of people putting their minds in the wired. So it seems like it could be either someone's mind that went into the wire, or the person that developed the method of putting a mind inside the Wired could be the one that has gained all this power and became, quote unquote God. And it's not technically the God that they speak of in, in the physical world, but it's God of like the Wired, which, and like the father said, in our sense of the word God, it's a being that we theorize to exist, but we have no proof of existing, whereas the God that's within the Wired possibly could actually exist, right? And make like physical changes and like actually manipulate things and all that, which is fascinating. But that's it, by the way, for episode 5. I forgot to say that. I just minimized the episode and just kept talking. But yeah, man, that was pretty crazy. Like, so just trying to think of how everything was structured in this episode, I mentioned it briefly, but it feels like Lain talking to those people in the room, almost like how we had her in the street talking to the god or whatever, and then from the sister's perspective, we had her just standing there mumbling to herself. I wonder if that's like what it's like when she's talking to people. Like, does her mind get pulled away from her body, kind of thing? Like, maybe not like quite literally or whatever, but it feels like she like drifts off into space when she's having conversations with these people, and maybe she didn't even realize that she was standing in that road, right? But yeah, the mom talking, I think it was the mom, or was it the mask? It might have been the mask, talking about how like the Wired, like the real world could just be like a physical representation of the Wired, like almost like the Wired is projecting its data and that is our world, right? And I mean, I guess that could make sense as to why things are so like weird and jumpy and glitchy and everything. Like, it's just like in the stuff that went on with the sister, I wonder if that ties into it. Like, is she somehow, because we saw the sister in the room with Lain, but then we saw the other sister walk in, but then when Lain looked at her, it was almost like she was like a ghost-like thing, but it also looked like there was like data, right? It almost looked like silhouette of data. So is somehow the Wired gathering the personalities of people in the world and like making copies of it and projecting it into the world, kind of thing? Like, was that sister that we saw a copy that was made in the world, kind of like how we have another Lain that's been showing up in the world as well? And maybe the real physical sister in the real world is the one that Lain spoke to, that wasn't able to see the stuff, that was dressed in red at the end there. I don't know. It's like, it's nuts though. It also seemed very weird that the sister would walk away, right? Like, Lain is sitting there mumbling in the middle of a street with cars going all around her, and the sister saw that and was like, what is she doing? And just walks away. Like, that's where I think during the episode I said that I'm doubting, like, everything I'm seeing. It's like, did she really see that and, like, genuinely walk away from it? Or from the sister's perspective, did she see something different than what we were seeing? I don't know. It just seems really weird that she would leave her sister in the middle of a road with a bunch of cars going past her. Like, even if you don't care about your sibling or you're mad at her for some reason, I feel like there'd be like some kind of instinct within you that would want to protect her and worry about her, right? But the sister didn't seem to care. And it's like, and then we went into the whole like trippiness with her as well. And at that point, she also had the paper towels or napkins or tissues or whatever that had written on them, about the note said something along the lines of like, shoot, what was it? Oh, god damn it. I remember, I read it, what it was. Oh, it was saying the afterlife has no more space, so the dead will have nowhere to go. Or something like that, right? Is that also something they're trying to, like, is that a way they're trying to get people to kill themselves to go into the Wired? Like the girl in the first episode, what was her name? Yamato Chisa did. So they're telling people, like, hey, you know, no more room in heaven, take it from God himself. And, like, maybe God is a part of it, like, or the God of the Wired, this Deuce of the Wired, telling people this and convincing them of it, and that's why they're killing themselves to go into the Wired, because there's no more space for them in heaven, kind of thing. I don't know. It's wild. There was also another part of this episode where they mentioned auto drive, and I wanted to make sure that I read that right, because obviously the technology in this world seems like it's based off technology at the time that this was created, but then also seems like it was, yeah, auto drive program in cars and trucks, sending them out of control. So yeah, it seems like this is like a futuristic, because I haven't been sure, because we saw, like, you know, the father with a bunch of CRT monitors, but then we have the Navi thing that that Lain has, and all of it's like, it seems like some aspects of technology is futuristic, but then some aspects is not. And I feel like this episode's one of the first times that I feel like we are definitely in like a more future technology society kind of thing, with like auto driving cars already and everything, which, I mean, hell, at this point we're just starting to get that. And I don't even know, it's not even like widely used or anything yet. So but yeah. So someone hacked the Wired, or I mean hacked the, you know, the programs and everything, which it seems like those girls in school thought that Lain did some kind of hacking at all. I don't know if it has to do with her face popping up on the screen and that's what they're talking about, or if they think that Lain is the one that hacked the traffic stuff. Like, they never said like what she hacked and everything. So I'm curious about that as well. I don't know, man. There's just so much shit, and there's so many, like I said, there's so many little pieces. Like, it could actually be that the Wired is projecting a reality, and that's the one in which Lain is living in, kind of thing. And, like, you know, the father also talked about there being, like, at one point when the Wired was created, a new reality was created. So we could have, like, a multiverse thing going on where, you know, or it could be some kind of simulation. I don't, like, it feels like there could be so many different directions it could go, but it truly is fascinating. I know I say this every episode, but it makes me really excited to, like, I mean, I hope I learn as much as I can from the show, but then I'm excited to go, like, read other people's theories, and because I'm sure if you've watched this multiple times, like, if you watch this all the way through once and get to the end, you'll have a lot more information going back to episode 1, and you might pick up on things that you might have missed. So I'm really curious about that and what people are theorizing and everything. But yeah, I just can't wait to learn. And also, you know, the father was talking about how the Deuce of the Wired, the god figure, could potentially have gained enough power in the Wired to affect reality, which is possibly what we're seeing, right? And I don't know what this prophecy is that needs to be fulfilled, or, you know, or what's going on with that. So I don't know, guys. But I wonder if the knights are also somehow like the angels to the god kind of thing. Oh, it's fascinating. So I can't wait to watch more. But I think that's going to be it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. Check out my Patreon if you want to see more from me. Link is in the description below. Should be popping up on the screen. You get 2 episodes ahead through that and all that. So thank you, guys, and I'll see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.